It's Saturday night with Ask Aunty K. Hello everyone and welcome to Ask Aunty K. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, but keep those comments nice because we will be talking about somebody's real life. Now, I welcome you to come into our kitchen as we have a special episode of Ask Aunty K for you. Hello and welcome to Ask Aunty K. We are getting some medicines made up here today, some willow salve and devil's club tincture. And while we do that, we are going to get into Ask Aunty K. And our question for this week, all of this, mine is going in there. Our question for this week is from New to Polyamory, and New to Polyamory would like to know about the relationship they're having. They're in their first polyamorous relationship with someone who has had several. Their new partner has encouraged them to go out and, don't live this like it's a monogamous relationship. Live this poly relationship. Go have another polyamorous relationship. And New to Polyamory is concerned about their ability to build two relationships at the same time. Well, at the same time, what they want to do is, really respect this new partner of theirs. And we certainly understand that is really vitally important. And, when you are coming from monogamy into polyamory, there are a lot of new things you need to not be afraid to try and experience. And if you don't, often the result is that those who are new to polyamory request their partner to go be a monogamous relationship, which is what you are used to. And so this is where this encouragement is coming from, to make sure that doesn't happen, to make sure that you try it while you're still new and excited about polyamory and before you are scared. So keeping that in mind, as well as understanding where it is your partner is coming from, is how we are going to go about this tarot spread. So we are going to go sit down and pull the cards now that we have gotten this tincture ready to be put away and the lid ready to go on the salve. So now we are going to put an offering from each of the ingredients into the fire. Okay, so let's take a look at this relationship. Straight off, there is you and your partner. And we're going to start with the Tarot archetypal, and we're going to start with majors and court cards, okay? And the first people that we have going on in the relationship is yourself and your partners. We're looking for these cards first. For you, we have justice. You're trying to balance all this. You're trying to figure this out. You want to do it right. But you have a really clear understanding of normal, okay? You have normalizations for yourself. And that is really different than what is going on for your partner, who is the Page of Wands and the Hanged Man. So they have this confident sexual energy, but there is this newness and this hesitation. They're bringing this concept and this idea of how to have a relationship to you. And they feel like they're in a holding pattern in their growth. In this, they're holding and they're waiting for you to catch up. And a Page of Wands is going to be a little bit anxious about that, okay? So it's not just you and your hanging Page of Wands in this relationship, of course. There is at least one other partner that your partner has. So we're going to draw a card for a partner or partners belonging to your partner. Feel we have two coming forward. So we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Magician. They have two other partners. They have a partner who's fairly mature and is a longtime partner of them. Things are turning and changing in their area of life and their understanding of growth. And so that might carry some anxiousness from this partner for the Page of Wands. In like you're bringing in somebody who's not had polyamorous relationships before. And this can be frightening in polyamorous relationships because while there aren't the same level of fears of cheating, there are fears of relationships being abandoned for a partner who wants to change the relationship into a monogamous relationship with someone else. And the other person is the Magician. They are also confident in their relationship. They're a less steady or less long-time partner than the Wheel of Fortune. But they also have less concerns about the impact of the Page of Wands having this relationship with you. Okay. So then there is, of course, who isn't in the relationship. And we're going to pull a card for who isn't in the relationship. And this is a secondary partner for you who is not in the relationship. And interestingly here, we have a Knight of Wands. Wow. So you have concerns about building two relationships at once. Okay. And so your partner wants you to have a second relationship so that you experience this as a polyamorous relationship instead of living monogamously in a polyamorous relationship. So you don't necessarily need to go out and find a serious relationship like your Page's Wheel of Fortune. They have a less steady or it might be a situation of primary and a secondary, and you're a secondary too, or could just be a relationship has more commitments, less commitments. The Knight of Wands isn't in as steady and as a romantic relationship as the Page of Wands. The Knight of Wands is a fun date. You don't have to build two serious relationships at once. This is a polyamorous relationship. You can just have dates, you know, and open to the right second person coming along, but that primarily these are dates. These are practicing different aspects outside of your normalizations in a polyamorous relationship, which is what you have committed to. A polyamorous relationship. It doesn't have to be your next relationship doesn't have to be a super serious relationship. Okay, it doesn't have to be, but dating beyond the serious relationship you're building with your new polyamorous partner. The other side means a commitment to living a polyamorous lifestyle, and you have work to do before you build a second serious relationship, and that's breaking down your understandings and your normalizations as justice that are going to make things difficult for you beyond, I'm not ready to build a second serious relationship. I can't build two serious relationships at once. A lot of polyamorous people do not build two serious relationships at once. And so that's part of this lifestyle. And you might be thinking, well, in my polyamorous relationships, I want all my relationships to be really important ones. I don't want them to just be sex, to just be dates. Really serious relationship starts with just dating. And being open to, you know, not everybody is the right one, but dating is something you want, you know, young people to do before they go out looking for who they're going to marry. Same thing. Before you go out looking for your second serious relationship and your first polyamorous relationship, do some dating with other folks and break down those normalizations. Go find some Knights of Wands to go have some fun with. And you are going to learn a lot from that. You're going to learn about balancing relationships with, you know, out being, without the emotional trappings of two serious relationships, but a serious relationship and some looser dating relationships while you figure all of that out. I don't feel a need that to pull the minor cards here. Who is and isn't in this relationship laid this out really quite clearly. And that's something to keep in mind in a polyamorous relationship. This one was really more the position your page is in. With a polyamorous relationship, you're not the only person in a relationship here. And it can be a bit like a community or a circle of acquaintances, but there is a matter of all working together. And there's more than just your partner invested in you really experiencing this as a polyamorous relationship. They're concerned about all of their relationships here, including yours. Because if you don't figure out how to have a polyamorous relationship, this is a very serious relationship, and this is a very emotionally mature understanding of polyamorous relationships. They're not going to leave these healthy poly relationships because you haven't figured it out and now want a monogamous relationship. So wanting you to figure this out is about keeping their other partners happy and making sure this works out with you. So go find some non-serious nights. Thank you for joining me here today for Ask Aunty K's in this special episode in the home we're staying in for the winter here in Boulder. Thank you for joining us as we got the first medicines to work for the fall, getting them going. And when you combine magics, everything else is stronger. And so doing the reading at the same time that we were getting those medicines going was good for the reading. Easier to read, a lot more clear. And I did feel it was really clear. So that's something else you can do for yourself when you're looking for that stronger intuition. Put it together with some other magical workings, including maybe a candle spell or an offering into a fire just specifically for that. But doing two at once is not distracting when it comes to magic, but instead enhancing. I hope everybody enjoys their weekend and has a great time. And I hope that this is going to upload really smoothly for me in time for you all to see this on Saturday evening with Ask Aunty K.